Hi, and welcome to Wild About Math with Kellett. This is 5.NBT.1, Understand the Place Value System. Taking a look at number 1, I'm going to put a 5 right here in the ones place. If I have that 5 in the ones place, and I want to move it to the tens place, and now I have a 5 in the tens place. That 5 in the tens place would become a 50. In order to have a 5 in the tens place, I would have had to have multiplied 5 by 10. If I put a 5 in the hundreds place, I have 2 zeros. I'm going to have to multiply it by 10 again. That's 2 tens. Or 10 times 10 is 100. 100. Each time I move a digit to the left, I'm multiplying by 10. Each one of these spaces to the left is times 10. Times 10. Each space to the left is times 10. And then if you combine them, you multiply the tens. So if I go from the ones place to the hundreds place, it would be 2 tens. 10 times 10 is 100. It would be 100 times. All right? That would be the relationship between the ones place and the hundreds place. Let's look at another one. Let's fill in a couple of these places, all with the same digit. Let's fill it in with 3s. All right, so 3 ones is just 3, but 3 tens would be 30. You see, I multiply it by 10 when I move it to the left. 3 hundreds, I have 2 zeros here because I've multiplied it by 10 and 10, 2 tens. All right, 3,000, I have 3 zeros here because I've multiplied it by 3 tens. 10 times 10 times 10. And then 10,000, I'd have to have 4 zeros here. You can see the pattern beginning to develop. 4 tens right here. And then if I were to add a 3 in the 100,000s place, you can guess how many zeros I would have to have right here. It would be 5 zeros because I would multiply it by 5 zeros, by 5 tens. So if I were to ask you what is the relationship between the ones place and the 1,000s place, all you would have to do is multiply 10 times 1, 2, 3. How many tens are you moving? Well, you're moving it 3 times, and 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. It would be 1,000. Right. Now, the same is true when you move to the left, you multiply by 10. When you move to the right, you either divide by 10 or you multiply by 1/10. Either of these will give you the same thing, and you'll see them both on a test or in a practice problem. Probably the most common is this multiply by 1/10. So let's do some practice problems like that. Say you've got 40,000 and you're going to 4,000 And then you've got 400. Now, in order to get from 40,000 to 4,000, we multiplied by 1/10. Then, when we moved to the hundreds place, we multiplied by 1/10 again. But from this 10,000ths place to this hundreds place, we moved 2 times. So it was times 10 times 1/10 times 1/10. Multiply those two together, and you see that it was a jump of 1/100th. So 40,000 to 400 is 1/100th of 40,000. 400 is 1/100th of 40,000. Okay, let's try another one just to make sure we can kind of begin to understand this. Say you have 6,000 and you're going to the number 6. 6,000 to the number 6. And you want to know the relationship between these two. You want the relationship between these two. Well, you don't want to know just which one is larger or which one is smaller. That is easy to understand. You want to know, you started with 6,000 and you went to 6. So you know that you're jumping 1, 2, 3, and you're going right. So you're getting smaller. Each time you go to the right, it's times 1/10, times 1/10, times 1/10. All right. So you went times 1/10, times 1/10, times 1/10. 3 jumps of 1/10. Multiply those together. The one stays on the top. 10 times 10 times 10. You've got 3 zeros there, so put the 3 zeros on the bottom. It's 1/1000th. So 6 is 1/1000th of 6,000. That would be the relationship.